What's up, guys and gals? As promised, Red Icing back again to list some of the better crackpot theories of Persona 5. I wanted to go into detail on each one and give them their own video, but time constraints have hit me harder than usual lately. All of these theories cannot be proven nor debunked, as details are lacking to both confirm them and to disprove them. They are funny little theories, and I have to admit, I have researched them more than I should have. Disclaimers are needed for this video. I am not an expert, just a fan and a researcher. I may make a mistake, so please feel free to point it out, and I will put a correction in the annotations. Be sure to check the date of the video, as this theory series is evolving and tentative to change. And most importantly, for this video in particular, all of the posted theories in this video are theories and not concrete evidence. Do not take it as such, especially since I have already said crackpot. With the disclaimer said, let's take a look at these fan theories. The first I will start off with is the full resurgence of the old gods. If you do not know which gods I am talking about, it is Philemon and Nyarlathotep. Ever since Persona 5 was shown to have more aspects of Persona 1 and 2, theorists out there have been suggesting that the old gods will make a comeback at some time within Persona 5. And I have to admit, there's a chance. Small chance though. I was skeptical since Persona 3 and 4 were both proxy wars between these two gods. Nyarlathotep being seen in the attitudes and references of the final bosses, and Philemon's influence took on the form of a butterfly and then worked through proxy through Igor. Here's what gives credence to this crackpot theory. Even though these gods vowed not to return, it is pretty obvious they haven't truly left. Their influence has been causing trouble for groups of teenagers for years, after they quote-unquote left. Knowing that their influence is still in play, they have an obligation to return at some point, because one will fully return at one point, and that causes the return of the other. Another piece of evidence that could help us along is that Persona 5 is built on a new game engine. While this mostly just hints that there will be a Persona 6, since you do not go through the trouble of making a game engine for just one game, it also allows for the series to evolve past Persona 5 into either something new or a throwback. Some say it'll be similar to the ways Persona 1 and 2 and Persona 3 and 4, in that similarly designed, and Persona 5 and 6 will follow the same suit, but we already know the differences between 3 and 4 gives a chance that 5 will be very different to theoretical 6, both in gameplay mechanics and story. Anywho, the most likely chance of Philemon and Nyarlathotep returning in Persona 5 will be at the end, which will create hype for Persona 6. Not to mention they're already writing a script on Persona 6 at this point, according to rumors and hearsay. It is very interesting, but it is so full of holes that the theory cannot stay afloat. Crackpot indeed. But let's move on to the next one. Now we focus our attention on one specific character, Yuki. For those who haven't kept up with the channel or forums for the past year, the channel has covered the possibility of a traitor amongst the Phantom Thieves. But when the new trailer changed the theory into the rat theory, the view of who could be the rat was broadened. A lot of focus was put on Goro as a possibility, but it doesn't make sense for multiple reasons. While expanding the possibilities, one potential rat has taken up the top position amongst theorists, and that is Yuki. During one short scene of a later revealed clip, we hear Yuki's voice actor say, "You guys are the Phantom Thieves." This scene allegedly hints that Yuki knows the Phantom Thieves' true identities. I mean, it could go the other way, that he just meets them while they're in full costume, but the fact that he is a good potential rat is not the crackpot theory. The theory we are focusing on is that Yuki will be a boss either within the story or as a side boss the thieves have to go after, similar to the Daybreaking trailer and anime. The Daybreaking possibility seems iffy, but also ironic, as Yuki is the one who introduced the main character to the Phantom Thieves app. It could also work as Yuki is an early game character and you can complete his cooperation link before getting backstabbed by him. I don't know if it will happen, but based off of good storytelling motives and gameplay aspects, it could work. Not to mention, some of the crackpot theorists have suggested that Yuki is the cavern boss. Whatever the case may be, only playing Persona 5 will give us the answer to whether this is right or wrong, and since it is crackpot, it is assumed mostly wrong right now. The last crackpot theory is one that has confused both my collaborators and I for a long time. Again, we will be focusing on a single character. The character in question is Sei Najima. The crackpot theory in question is the Velvet Sei theory. Now, stick with me here because I know this is out there. I'm just telling you about it. The theory states that somehow Sei is connected to the Velvet Room. The theory arose a while ago when Sei was first introduced. There are only two pieces of evidence that led to this thinking. The first is Sei's knowledge of the other world. She knows of it and asked the main character when he first encountered it. However, there are some problems here. People who have direct knowledge of the other world usually end up corrupted by it. Why is Sei immune? Some have suggested that it is her strong morals and determination, but others think that she has some power within her. To have this power, she must have had some contact or connection with the Velvet Room before meeting the main character. The second piece of evidence is something most people didn't notice or just glanced over. Take a look at her necklace. While it could have been a pendant or just an ordinary necklace with no adornment, it has a symbol on it. Collaborators and I have searched for this symbol and came up with nothing definitive other than it looks like one of the unknown from Pokemon. After a little digging to see if it was a distorted symbol, we came to a conclusion it could be a distorted version of the section symbol. A section symbol is used in contracts and lawmaking. While it could just be a reference to her being involved in law enforcement, or a symbol that has an entire new meaning, or just a necklace she has. A conspiracy theory arose from it since Persona 3, 4, and 5 had a contract to sign at the beginning. And from trailer evidence, who shows up right after the contract is signed? You guessed it, the mysterious Sei. I have to admit, this one is out there, and the evidence is just speculation. But it was fun trying to guess Sei's importance in the series. Well, those are just 3 of the crackpot theories I've been looking into, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry again for my absence of late, and hopefully I will be able to finish the Persona 6 headcanon script before Persona 5 comes out. If you have any statements, criticisms, or questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and if you want me to reply to it, start off the comment with red, and I will get back to you. Thanks for all the patience, criticisms, and support up to this point, not just to the people watching, but all the fans of Persona who have been active in the community as of late. Again, I cannot think of a closer, so
goodbye.